Welcome back to Aiki Insights. We're going to start a Kuzushi series now with our first episode of Kuzushi. Now, Kuzushi is just the Japanese word essentially for off-balancing. So bringing uke into a position of non-balance so that you can utilize or leverage that non-balance and make your throw or your next step much more easier. So thanks Stuart for joining us ukeing today. So the first technique we're going to look at in this Kuzushi series is yonkajo, or the fourth control, nage, throw. And this is a product of, or a technique that's been developed by Michiharu Mori Sensei in the Brisbane Yoshinkan dojo. And it essentially, instead normal yonkajo, you're applying pressure through this knuckle onto this vein here, right? But for this yonkajo nage that we're going to do, a different one, you're finding this bone, and I'm lucky enough to have a doctor with me to tell us the name of this bone, which is the radius, as opposed to not rolling over and not doing it on the ulna, but on the radius. So you can feel this here, and you want to find the top of the arm, and you want the same knuckle producing pressure right on the edge of the radius. So just here, okay? And it controls the elbow, which then controls the shoulder, and then we have Kuzushi, we've got control of the body because the body's become off balance. So from this point here, just soft on here, nothing too much, and you're bringing your body into this point, one point, then pressure here. Okay, so we're gonna do this technique now from against shomen geri, front kick. Some people call this mai geri. So uke comes off the line. We've covered this before. Now, even if his hands are up here, it's okay, or both hands in like this position, that's okay. Just get underneath. Use your hip turn pressure to come down on this point. One. Then we have this in my center like I'm holding a sword. And all I'm going to do is go through this point to throw through the elbow. Finishes on the shin. Again, from here. 1, 2, 3. Then come up from the other side. Here. 1. This hand just lightly grabs. It's in a nice position. This hand, like a pendulum, it's swung for the deflection of the kick, whilst this hand's positioning. Then it comes back with my hip into this position here. 1, then lock. Okay. From this position. 1, 2. Come on. Key point is for the Kuzushi, is your body. After the deflection, stepping off the line, my feet are in line here. My body's side on this way. It's not this way, as I started. So that when I come into this position, my hip motors behind this knuckle, and all my center power comes into this knuckle from my hip. So I'm relaxed here, and then kamae. Apply kamae. So I'm relaxed here, then kamae. Relaxed, kamae. Then drive through with hiriki no yosei ichi. Kamae. In more fluent. 1, 2. The other point to note is, if we do it this way, 1, 2. Once I'm in here, I'm not throwing straight. I'm throwing wherever uke's elbow is pointing. Generally, it's going to be pointing this way. So I'm going to throw that way. Okay? So it looks 1, 2, and I'm going in this direction. And you'll see it now. 1, 2, hit. So just to recap now, review. Off the line, side on, soft touch, hip engagement with my knuckle, then I just find my body coming into a kamae here, which brings uke off balance. This is my Kuzushi moment to exploit. Then from here, obviously in training you take your time, but from here you would go straight into stepping through, and the elbow is being forced in the trajectory of about 45 degrees. What's that about? 45-degree angle, perhaps. Down, not straight, down. Okay. So this is yonkajo nage. Using the hip rotation, the principle of center line focus power through this point from your hip coming into kamae, and your off-balancing moment of Kuzushi in order to throw the uke in the line of their elbow, maintaining that the elbow is your center point, not their wrist. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed our first Kuzushi episode. See you all next time.